Hey y'all, happy Saturday. It is January the 4th, 4 days into the new year. How are you guys doing with your things that you want to do differently, things that you want to do the same, things that you want to change? If you made resolutions, let me know. I did want to just share something with y'all real quick, less than like 2 minutes. So, with it being the new year, sometimes people want to go in all in. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to not eat this. I'm going to not eat that. And of course, if the doctor is telling you, hey, don't eat this, it could kill you. Or if you're eating something, noticing your body is not quite tolerating, then yes, take it out. But one thing I have learned about me, and I tell my husband this all the time, it's the new year, right? So we'll say, I am going to eat healthier. I'm not eating any junk food. So you try getting rid of all the junk food in your house. Now, some people have to. Some people can't have it around and be tempted by it. I understand that. But there are some people that are like, I'm done, not junk food, and I'm eating 5 servings of fruit every day. It lasts 3 days. Then you go into the fourth day, you don't eat any fruit. Fifth day, sixth day, now you're on 2 weeks, haven't eaten fruit, and you're back into your junk food mode. So I want to encourage y'all, if you feel like you're not disciplined, or and I don't mean it in a bad way, but if you feel like I can't just remove all the bad stuff, all the bad in quotes, right? I can't remove all the junk in quotes food and just immediately add healthy in. Don't worry about subtracting, but just add. That goes even for drinking water too, right? So what I decided to do was, I used to eat an apple and an orange every day with my coffee years and years and years ago. And I felt like that did my body good and would get it started. And I realized I needed to start doing it again. So I'm going to add in mandatory fruit servings in the morning. The little cutie orange, one or two, and then I take the skin off my green apple and I eat my apple. I'm not saying no more junk food, no more this, no more that, because it seems like, but what I am saying is you better add in some fruit. Just start out with 2 pieces a day, an apple and an orange. If you eat two little cutie oranges and an apple, great. If you eat one cutie and an apple, great. But at least I've eaten some fruit. There's a book that talks about your body craves what you give it, right? So add in, and don't beat yourself up for not subtracting. And eventually you may go for, if you make it mandatory, I'm gonna eat one fruit a day. That's attainable, right? That's a small goal versus saying I'm gonna eat 6 servings of fruit a day and no chips. No, just add your fruit in, add the healthier stuff in. And if you want to phase out the other stuff, and that's anything in life, add in a good habit. You want to break your bad habits, right? But sometimes it seems so overwhelming and like you'll never do it. Add in the good stuff. And eventually the stuff that you want to phase out will phase out, but make it a priority to at least start the good stuff. Child, even if you eat in the fruit in the morning and you have chips later on, y'all, I've been wilding this week. Like, I was like, oh, I said, Lord, oh, talking about, I felt like gluttony. I don't think it is, but I felt like it and my body didn't feel right. And so I had to get back on I'm not beating myself up, get into this fruit. And sometimes when you start out that way, adding in the good, like I said, the other that you don't want anymore will eventually phase itself out, but get into the habit or the routine of at least adding the one good thing in consistently. Don't beat yourself up. Take it day by day. Um, and challenge yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you're the one that controls whether or not I eat fruit today. If that's a goal, I'm using fruit because for me, that's a goal. If it's drinking a bottle of water, I don't like my water frozen because I can't drink it down or cold. I drink my bottles of water room temperature. Boom. So I could take them down. But don't beat yourself up over it, but add in something good, something that you've been wanting to do, even if it's exercise. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna start doing an hour a day and this and that, but realistically you can't do an hour, make it a mandatory 15 minutes. Add in at least 15 minutes and then go from there. But don't beat yourself up over it. We're all in this together. My word for the year is, it's almost like a sentence. I will be disciplined, consistent, and money attracts to me, and I will be paid for doing the things that I love doing. And I have some specifics written down in my phone, but I will be disciplined. I will be consistent, money is attracted to me, money chases me, and I will be paid doing the things that I love to do. Y'all let me know what y'all word or sentence is for the year. All right, let's get into a couple of Bravo's things, and then I'm going to come back to y'all with another video that's not Bravo. First up, y'all, we talked about Jennifer Aydin the other day, how she showed out in Jersey Mike's, calling out somebody's age, calling out all kinds of just being ignorant. Well, one of the employees responded. Y'all may have seen it, but we haven't discussed it together. So let's go. I got this from the Bravo snark side. So let's get into this.
For you page, bitch. I hope you recognize me. It's not even 12 fucking hours into the new year, okay? It was approximately like 7 in the fucking morning. This lady's putting in her orders. This bitch doesn't know what she wants. She's over here ordering like 4 different sandwiches, changing the bread last minute, and we're doing it for her, right? But then it gets to a point where she does it so much that we're like, all right, man, if you want to like order another sandwich, you're gonna have to get back in line because you're backing up the entire line. She has people coming up to her, telling her what they want to order, and then she like, oh, can I also get this? Like, girl, that's not how that works, okay? That's like waiting in the bank and then somebody cuts you because their friend is there. So when we tell her no, and she starts tweaking. She's like, I'm a celebrity. I'm gonna sue you guys. And she starts recording all of us. And she posts it. Oh, it's fun. Learn how to order. I really hope this stupid bitch has TikTok. I really hope I come up on your For You page, bitch. I hope you recognize me. It's not even 12 fucking hours. I'm letting it play twice, y'all. The new year, okay? It was approximately like 7 in the fucking morning. This lady's putting in her orders. This bitch doesn't know what she wants. She's over here ordering like 4 different sandwiches, changing the bread last minute, and we're doing it for her, right? But then it gets to a point where she does it so much that we're like, all right, man, if you want to like order another sandwich, you're gonna have to get back in line because you're backing up the entire line. She has people coming up to her, telling her what they want to order, and then she like, oh, can I also get this? Like, girl, that's not how that works, okay? That's like waiting in the bank and then somebody cuts you because their friend is there. So when we tell her no, and she starts tweaking. She's like, I'm a celebrity. I'm gonna sue you guys. And she starts recording all of us. And she posts it. Oh, it's fun. Learn how to order.
So shout out to the employee for coming and telling us what we had probably presumed may have happened anyway. So basically, she had already ordered and then had people coming up to her saying, oh, I want this, I want that. So then she's trying to add after she's already ordered, after she's already placed. And they're like, you're backing up the line. You're going to have to go back and redo it. Yeah, Jennifer Aydin, y'all already know how I feel about her. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. Y'all are probably not shocked and surprised. The entitlement, the audacity, she's always been that way though, since she started the show. She reminds me, I don't know how, well, we did know a little bit of how she grew up, but oftentimes when I would see Jennifer, she reminds me of someone who didn't have money and came into money and it got to their head. That's what it reminds me of. Now she thinks that puts her on a higher pedestal. Even when she said it's New Year's Day, that you work and I would be pissed off too. Maybe everybody's not. And if they are, you're not making any better. And then being condescending. And then Bill kind of being in it right along with her at the end, you know, when he's talking about going to Shake Shack and he left them a 20% tip because he said that in the previous video. So, yeah, shout out to this employee who was like, you know what? Nah. And just like one of the comments said, if you have to announce you're a celebrity, you're not, in fact, a celebrity. Moving on. Speaking of Jersey, y'all, let's get into something y'all probably tired of hearing about. Team Melissa and Team Teresa. This is according to Reality Blurb. Melissa Gorga claps back at Teresa Giudice over recent comments about her and Joe. Plus, Teresa suggests RHO and Jay would not have continued as long as it did if she'd watched the show. Melissa Gorga clapped back at her sister-in-law Teresa's recent claims about Melissa and her husband, Joe Gorga. She says the show would not have continued as long as it had if she watched. And if her late dad had seen it, he would have beat the ish out of my brother. Jersey is currently on hiatus amid a cast divide. Host Andy Cohen recently suggested that it won't return until 2026. Some fans believe it may not return at all. Recently, Teresa claimed on her podcast that she once gave Joe a truck, though he never bought her birthday gifts after he married Melissa. She also accused Melissa of attempting to take credit for Teresa's mom's cooking. On January 3rd, Melissa reacted to a reality blurb headline about Teresa's recent claims. Is she still talking about us? Wrote Melissa in the comments of the Instagram post. Pretty crazy for someone who wanted nothing to do with us and doesn't care about anything we do. I mean, it's a little bit of a point. On her Turning the Tables podcast, Teresa addressed how she didn't watch the seasons until recently. If I would have watched the show as it aired, it probably wouldn't have continued as long as it did. Because if I'd watched the things that my brother said about me, I think I would have totally reacted to it. It really hurt me what I saw, what my brother was doing on camera, and I just couldn't watch it. I know myself. I'm crazy, meaning I'll react. Teresa said she didn't want to cause problems in our family. My mother watched every single episode, but she never discussed it with me. She knew everything. My father never watched it. If my father would have watched it too, my father would have probably beat the ish out of my brother. Kim D then brought up a rumor that Teresa's dad slapped Joe Gorga at the infamous christening when he found out what Joe had called Teresa. Maybe, said Teresa, my father was no joke. Listen, who y'all, Team Melissa, Team Teresa, Team I'm over it, don't care. This has been going on too long. Team, let them both come back and continue to like each other, to dislike each other out loud instead of pretending to get along. Team, nobody, just watching it all implode. Team, you want a whole entire reboot. I'm going to go all the way back. In the beginning, when Melissa and Joe came on, if we're going to say teams, I definitely was team Teresa, or I was on Teresa's side because you could see what it looked like. And this is just my opinion, what I saw. Me and my husband watched it. Me and T Breezy watched it. You could see what Melissa, to me, was trying to do. Any chance she got, she was talking about how good she was at something. Like if Teresa was doing something, she talking about how good she was. She took every opportunity to kind of slam Teresa in the confessionals, right? So I was very much like, okay, they got on the show. They're on. I know Teresa's like, this is not cool. They didn't let me know, whatever, what have you. But Melissa, now it's like, wow, you really trying to kick your sister-in-law's back in. And then once they supposedly made up, aired everything out as seasons went on, I was like, all right, Teresa, let it go. Can we just move cohesively? And then there was a part of me that started being like, okay, when it comes to this, I'm with Joe and Melissa. When it comes to this, I'm with Joe and Melissa. So in the beginning, I was definitely like, I feel like they're trying to do Teresa a little dirty. And then as the years wore on, I was like, well, remember when Melissa was like, on display, each and every day. And Teresa was like, she wrote the song about me. Because Melissa wasn't on display. She wasn't on a show, didn't have a platform. But everything she was singing about was what like Teresa was doing at the time. Y'all remember that? That was funny. Anyway, in the beginning, when when Melissa first came on, were y'all on a particular side more than the other, like Team Teresa versus Team Giudice versus Team Gorga? Throughout the years, did that change? Now, are you just over it? Y'all let me know where you are with Jersey. I can honestly say if they do a whole reboot, great. Also, if they brought the same cast back, I don't think I would. I keep saying I don't think I would mind it. I know with Potomac, the icing someone out is what pissed me off. But with Melissa and Teresa this year, it was like they would make little comments while they were all together. It wasn't like, I'm not speaking, I'm turning my nose up, I won't engage. Like, even if it was like little side comments, they still kind of engaged. So I didn't mind it as much. But then again, how long can a show go on like that? I guess y'all let me know what y'all think about Jersey. I don't see them getting rid of the franchise for good. Do y'all? Because when some are speculating they're going to do a cast that it won't come back until 2026. Some are saying they think it's going to be gone for good. I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of whose side are you on? Ciao. Let's get into Salt Lake City. Okay. This is according to Reality Blurb as well. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's Bronwyn Newport leaks Lisa Barlow's text messages after being called out for talking behind her back, reacts to Lisa's social media shade, and showcases proof of their friendship. All right, so let's get into it. Bronwyn Newport leaked a series of text messages sent between her and Lisa on Friday on the heels of a just-released sneak peek at the upcoming episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. After Lisa, 50, was seen calling out Bronwyn, 39. I didn't realize there was that much of an age difference. That's what, 11 years. Lisa could have been her babysitter. Y'all, I hope y'all don't hear that. The hubby's downstairs shampooing the carpet in the back room. I really hope y'all don't hear that. All right. After Lisa, 50, was seen calling out Bronwyn, 39, for talking badly about her behind her back with their castmates, Bronwyn took to Instagram story to react to the recent shade Lisa threw at her on X and to share proof of the close friendship they had during filming. I didn't sleep great last night because I took everything that was said at the dinner table and was working on thinking through everything and like how I feel about what's going on in my friendships. I'm still kind of upset. I'm hurt. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse after that dinner last night, Bronwyn came into my room and let me know that she, Angie, and Whitney and Heather had a really ishy conversation about me. In a flashback moment, Bronwyn was seen sitting beside Meredith as she spoke to Lisa. Today I came off the boat and I did not feel super close to you. I did not feel like everything was great after last night. So there was a conversation that I was a part of where not nice things were said, and I regret it and I'm unhappy about it. Although Bronwyn was regretful about the decision that occurred, Lisa wasn't happy. She said, I want to know what was said. And this is the sneak peek that was showed. So basically, Bronwyn went to tell Lisa, hey, I was talking about you last night and I feel bad. So Lisa says, I want to know what was said in that conversation, but there's so much gossiping and a lot of changing of stories. So the only way we're going to get to the bottom of this is if we get everybody in one place and we'll find out what the truth is. It just sucks for me because before all of this happened, I planned this whole fun day. I don't know why I chose ATV, but I Googled luxury experiences in Mexico and this came up. What I should have Googled is how to bury issues. Girl, stop. I would show the sneak peek, but I don't want copyrights. Sometimes they get you, sometimes they don't. Following the sharing, but if y'all want to see it, it has dropped. You can go to Reality Blurb. Following the sharing of the preview, Bronwyn reacted to a shady post Lisa shared on X, in which she was seen responding to a person who suggested she was jealous of Bronwyn. Yeah, so somebody basically had put that Lisa was jealous of Bronwyn. I'm going to show y'all. So this is what somebody posted. Bronwyn was just, I guess, in Bronwyn was in New York Magazine, and they did like a little write-up about her. So Bethany's Waterbed at freaking fraud posted it and said, at Lisa Barlow wishes. Lisa responded, hi, Bronwyn, as if to say Bronwyn was behind the account that posted it. Okay. So let's get into the following. And so she did that. Bronwyn says, our show is dramatic and entertaining enough when it follows our real lives. Bronwyn captioned a screenshot of the diss. So that's what happened. So see how, okay. This person, which is, their name is Bethany's Waterbed, but their at is freaking fraud, posted Bronwyn in the New York Mag, them asking her questions, and said, at Lisa Barlow wishes. She tagged Lisa. Lisa says, hi, Bronwyn, as if Bronwyn wrote it. Bronwyn reposted that and said, our show is dramatic and entertaining enough when it follows our real lives. Then she says, I'm not sure why we need to do this too. I am not on Twitter nearly at all and haven't been for a month or so. Especially now, I have my hands so full trying to be the best daughter I can to two very sick parents. I'm so appreciative for those of you who have reached out and for the castmates who bother to. The rest, I wish would at least leave me alone if they can't wish me well. Making TikToks about my outfits or accusations on Twitter right now, or last week when my mom was in the ICU with a brain tumor, is kicking a dog when it's already down. Then Bronwyn leaks text messages that her and Lisa had text, so let's get into it. Bronwyn, Sunday, May 12th. Happy Mother's Day. Jack and Henry are so lucky to have the best mama ever. Lisa responds, Bronwyn, happy Mother's Day. Gwen is so lucky to have you. You always put her first and are an amazing, loving mother. Bronwyn says on the show, so Bron was posting this, and then she writes, on the show, I am willing to say it to the people's face and stand on it. Off camera, I try to be there for friends when they need, no matter what may have happened between us. As you can see, on Monday the 13th, Lisa says, hey, I have to do an interview tomorrow, midday. Lori just asked me to go in. Can we reschedule? Bronwyn says, of course. God, this is small. Bronwyn then says, watching the show back, I'm embarrassed how I didn't see this wasn't a deep friendship. I obviously chased too hard for too long, so I am not surprised I'm not getting support. But I wish the attacks and TikToks from some of the show would stop when I'm struggling hard with my family right now. Wednesday, May 15th. Bronwyn says, hi, I didn't know Jack had come home. Did I hear you said for surgery? Is he okay? Can I do anything to help? Thursday, May 16th. Now, mind you, Bronwyn sent that at May 15th, 2:29 p.m. Thursday, May 16th at 6:41 a.m. Lisa says, thanks so much. He's doing great. I'm so glad he could come home to make sure he has a great experience for the last 14 months. Bronwyn responds back 8 minutes later. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I would never have asked you to lunch if I'd known he was here. Please let me know if I can help with anything. So happy he's doing good. So that was, again, May 16th. Oh, that's my dad's birthday and my aunt. My dad has a sister. They're 16 years apart. She's older and they were both born May 16th. A fact that makes absolutely no difference in this other than it's May 16th. Anyway, Thursday, June 6th. So almost 3 weeks later, Bronwyn says, hi, I'd still really love to get together when you have time. Lisa responds, same. Let's make it happen. Let's do after the shoot. Wednesday, June 12th. Excited to see you today. It's been too long. Lisa says, me too, with 3 hearts. Wednesday, June 19th. Bronwyn says, hi, just left you a voicemail. I saw the trash on TMZ and wanted to tell you I'm sorry people are so awful and always trying to say horrific things. I didn't even read it, but I know you're an amazing businesswoman and everyone wishes they could be you. So the next set. So Lisa responded back and says, Bart Carlson who I guess the lawsuit was once a business partner in a restaurant in Park City, and his company money is untrue. I pay my bills and obligations, and I always have. In addition, Bart has no interest in Lux Marketing or Vita Tequila and did not invest in either business. I look forward to the truth coming out, and I intend to hold Bart fully accountable for any damage this personal attack may cause on my business. I can stop sharing this with y'all because all these pop-ups are getting on my nerves. So I know they're getting on yours. So she says that. Bronwyn responds, I'm sure you're busy and much too fab to get into this, but if you want to vent, I'm around too. Lisa says, it's all bullish. Here's a statement from my lawyer. We're probably going to have to counter sue, unfortunately. Thanks for checking in. It's literally disgusting. I haven't been in business with him in over a decade. Thanks so much, Bronwyn. I appreciate it. Bronwyn responds again, I'm sorry. I knew it was bogus, like I said, but I wanted to check in on you. Now, mind you, that was June 19th, which we talked about on this channel. August 15th, another story came out, which we also talked about. Bronwyn texts Lisa, someone just sent me an SL Trib article, I guess Salt Lake City Tribune article, about another person suing you. I'm so sorry people keep trying to defame you. I can't imagine how hard and frustrating it must be. I don't know where things went so left with us or why, but this sucks and I hate that it's happening to you and I'm always wanting the best for you. Ah, child, and that was it. Look, I did not pick Bronwyn for seeming like a little bit of a pick me. And then again, I don't know, do I even want to say pick me? I guess. I mean, if she wants the friendship, she's reaching out. But at what point do you see Lisa's not showing the same interest as you? And you're like, you know what? I'm good on that. Like, at what point are you going to keep reaching out? Because then it does make you look like a friend pick me. And I never pegged Bronwyn for that. I felt like, yes, of course, everybody has insecurities and different things, but I just never thought she would be like, oh, I really want this friendship like so much, you know? I don't know. What y'all think? I mean, were they even really that close before Bronwyn got on the show? To me, it seemed like they were societal friends. You know what I mean? In the beginning, and I keep saying it, Lisa wanted to be friends with Bronwyn. She thought she was fabulous. She looked at her life that her husband provided her, Bronwyn's outfits, her style, and wanted a part of that. And I think they were surface friends. And then when Lisa saw the vulnerabilities in Bronwyn, I think that turned her off. And she was like, oh, this is not the fabulous creature that I thought she was. Like Lisa liked, maybe she considered Bronwyn a little bit aloof, not in a bad way, but just a little bit, you know, up here. She's up here because she's got the money, houses, you know, she goes to the different events, the clothes, all of that. But now that, oh, she's a real person with vulnerabilities and insecurities, I'm not too interested. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know. And I feel like Bronwyn is really trying to grow the friendship with Lisa. Then it's like, well, are you sending the text so you can go back and say, well, look how I checked on you? And that may not be the case, but I am just wondering, like, are you sending it so that you can have that to say, look, Lisa, I've been a good friend to you. I check in on you. I repeatedly checked in on you. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I am looking forward to Wednesday's episode of Salt Lake City. I think, do we only have 2 more episodes and then the reunion? I don't want it to end, but I know that it has to end. Hey, don't bring Monica back next season. We're good over here. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the Lisa and Bronwyn of it all. Do you think Bronwyn should have leaked the messages? Because a person reposted Bronwyn doing an interview and said, at Lisa Barlow wishes. Lisa comments and says, hey, Bronwyn, like Bronwyn was the account that did it. And Bronwyn was like, now I'm gonna release our text messages over the course of some months to show that I'm a good friend. Or should she just have responded to Lisa like, girl, get out of here, or ignored it? Should Lisa have even said, hey, Bronwyn, maybe she should have addressed the person that posted the story? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about Teresa and Melissa. And let me know what y'all think about the employee responding back to Jen Aydin. I love when she said, I hope she sees this. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'll be back in a little. See ya.